What if I told you that true attractiveness, the kind that makes heads turn, changes the energy of a room, and sticks in someone's mind long after you've left, does absolutely nothing to do with abs, Armani suits, or an overflowing bank account? No six-pack, no designer cologne, no sports car parked outside. And yet, the moment you enter a room, something changes. Women glance at you when they think you're not looking. Their tone shifts when they talk to you slightly softer, slightly slower. Even other men stand differently around you, more alert, more reactive. Why does this happen? Because true attraction is silent. It's unspoken. It's not what you wear, it's what you radiate. Psychologists have a term for this: primal status awareness. It's the subconscious ability to trigger deep, ancient signals of attraction without even opening your mouth. Most men spend years chasing attraction through action. Lines, gestures, gifts, games. But the men who actually get it, they focus on who they are. Their presence, their energy, their way of being. In this video, we're breaking down the 7 undeniable signs that you're a highly attractive man. Some of these will surprise you. Others will feel like a mirror confirming what you've quietly suspected about yourself. But once you recognize these signs, you'll start noticing them everywhere. So let's dive in. Sin 1. Women hold eye contact just a little too long. Attraction doesn't always shout. In fact, the loudest signs often come in the quietest moments. Eye contact. It sounds so basic, right? But here's the thing. Eye contact is one of the oldest, rawest, and most primal signs of interest in human history. Everyone makes eye contact. It's polite, it's social protocol. But when a woman is truly attracted to you, her gaze behaves differently. She holds your eyes just a second too long. She looks away, then comes back. Her pupils might dilate. Her body softens, even slightly. Sometimes she'll smile and not fully, but just enough to spark your curiosity. Why does this happen? Because deep in her brain, something is lighting up. According to research in human psychology, prolonged eye contact activates the release of a compound called phenylphthalemethyl, same chemical released when we fall in love. It's not just poetry, it's neurology. She might not even be aware of it, but her mind and body are quietly saying, this man is different. Now, not all eye contact means attraction. That's where most guys go wrong. If it's quick, stiff, or she's doing it with everyone, chances are it's just social habit. But if it lingers, if she returns your gaze after breaking it, if she pairs it with even a subtle smile, something deeper is at play. And here's your role in that moment. Hold her gaze, not aggressively, not awkwardly, but with calm, grounded confidence. Because confidence isn't loud. It's not about cheesy pickup lines or puffed up egos. It's about being comfortable in stillness. It's about saying nothing but still being heard. When a woman meets a man who can look her in the eye without flinching, without shrinking, she feels it. And she wants more of it. Sin 2. People respect your presence without you saying a word. Have you ever walked into a room and without even trying, people noticed? You didn't raise your voice. You didn't wave your arms or crack a joke. You just entered and something shifted. The air changed. Conversations positive only for a second. Even strangers adjusted their posture as you passed. That's presence. And presence is power. Attractive men don't need to prove themselves. They don't need to dominate a conversation or flex their accomplishments. They radiate something far stronger, an inner sense of composure. Psychologists call this status perception, the way humans instinctively pick up on social cues of authority, competence, and self-worth. You see it in the way someone walks, the way they stand, the way they listen without interrupting, Highly attractive men understand this unconsciously. They don't fidget. They don't rush to fill silence. They speak deliberately measured, but certain. They take up space not physically, but energetically. They walk into a room like they belong, not because they're trying to impress, but because they're at peace with who they are. And people sense that, they respect that, because we're all wired to respond to energy, especially when it's calm, grounded, and unbothered. The man who doesn't chase attention but still commands it, that's the man people instinctively trust. And in many cases, that's the man women quietly crave. Transition, what this means for you. So here's the question. If you've experienced these signs, subtle glances, magnetic presence, quiet shifts in the room, are you aware of it or are you brushing it off? Because attraction isn't always found in words. It's found in the silent spaces between glances, in the reactions you never provoke on purpose, in the respect you didn't demand but still receive. These signs aren't random. They're part of a deeper, primal language that most men never learn to speak. But once you do, you stop chasing women and start drawing them in without ever needing to try. As we touched on earlier, real attraction isn't loud, it's energetic. It's not about dominating a room with your words, but with your presence. And here's the powerful truth. When you carry that silent confidence, when your posture, tone, and stillness speak louder than words, people respond to you differently. And women, they feel it. Rather than shrinking themselves or trying to outshine you, they lean in. They become more careful with their words, more intentional in how they interact. Even in group settings, you'll notice it. They hesitate before interrupting you. They pause when you speak. They listen more attentively and follow your lead in the rhythm of the conversation. That's what primal status energy does. It affects not only romantic dynamics, but every social space you walk into. This isn't just about flirting. It shows up in how you're treated in business meetings, in friendships, in random day-to-day exchanges. When you carry unshakable self-worth, people treat you as if your time and presence matter because it does. See, true attractiveness isn't about being physically flawless. It's not about abs, brands, or perfectly styled hair. It's about being the man who doesn't need validation because he already knows his value. And when you walk like that, talk like that, live like that, everything changes. Sign 3. Women find excuses to touch you. Let's take it one step further. Attraction isn't just emotional or psychological, it's physical. Not in the obvious way, but in the subtle shifts in space, in proximity, in touch. If you're a highly attractive man, women will break personal space boundaries around you, and often they won't even realize they're doing it. It could be a light tap on your arm when they laugh, a quick touch to brush something off your shirt, whether it's there or not, resting their hand on your shoulder for balance while adjusting a shoe, even placing a hand on your chest to emphasize a point. These aren't accidents. They're micro signals to me, instinctive tests. Her subconscious is saying, I want to close the distance. And deeper than that, she's watching how you react. Because here's the truth. Women don't initiate touch with men they aren't at least curious about. They especially don't do it multiple times. So if you start noticing repeated, subtle touches, it's not just coincidence. She's drawn to your energy, and her body is responding before her words do. But here's the key. How you respond matters. If you stiffen up, pull away nervously, or freeze like a deer in headlights, she'll take that as a soft rejection. Her mind will translate your withdrawal as disinterest or insecurity, and she'll likely retreat emotionally. On the flip side, if you pretend it didn't happen at all, stay completely passive, she might assume you're oblivious, indifferent, or just not into her. But if you react with calm, grounded confidence, a subtle smirk, a playful comment, or even a light touch back, you're not just receiving her signal, you're amplifying it. Because in that moment, you're building tension. And when tension is built with control and awareness, it doesn't stay in her thoughts. It travels through her body. That's when attraction moves from curiosity to chemistry. Sign 4. She gets nervous or fidgety around you. Here's something most men overlook. Attraction doesn't always show up as confidence. In fact, one of the most telling signs that a woman is into you is when she starts acting a little off, a little weird, a little fidgety. Think about it. When any person, man or woman, is around someone they admire or feel drawn to, their nervous system reacts. Their speech patterns change, their movements get awkward. They become hyper aware of how they look, how they sound, how they're being perceived. So when a woman is into you, she might start doing things like playing with her hair while you're talking, touching her lips or neck, sensitive zones tied to romantic arousal, laughing at things that aren't particularly funny, fidgeting, adjusting her clothes, shifting in her seat, playing with a ring or bracelet. Now here's what's fascinating. She's not doing this on purpose. It's not performance, it's a physiological response. According to studies in evolutionary psychology, when a woman is attracted to someone, her body experiences a subtle chemical shift. Her heart rate increases, her adrenaline levels rise, her skin becomes more sensitive. And all of that nervous energy has to go somewhere, so it comes out in physical cues. Most guys misread this. They think she's awkward or even disinterested. But in reality, it's emotional arousal. She's trying to keep her cool in front of someone she subconsciously views as high value. And here's your role again. Don't panic. Don't mirror her nerves. Instead, stay calm, stay centered, smile gently, speak slowly, stay grounded. Your stability becomes a magnet. It creates emotional safety. And when a woman feels safe in the presence of a man she's attracted to, that attraction multiplies. Sign 5. Men become more competitive around you. Now here's a twist. If you want to know whether you're a highly attractive man, don't just look at how women treat you. Watch how other men respond to you. But let's pause here because previously, we explored how a woman's subtle fidgeting or nervousness in your presence could be a powerful, often misunderstood sign of attraction. But now, let's shift our focus to something even more primal, something that doesn't come from women at all. Because sometimes, the clearest sign that you're a highly attractive man is in how other men react to you. Here's a brutal truth most people don't talk about. When a man with natural dominance enters a space confident but not cocky, calm but commanding, he doesn't have to speak a word. The social hierarchy shifts on its own. You can literally feel the change in energy ripple through the room. Suddenly, some men become overly friendly, trying just a little too hard to get on your good side. Others may try to subtly one-up you in conversations, dropping their accomplishments, cracking louder jokes, or interrupting more often than usual. And then there are those who go quiet, arms crossed, posture stiff as if your presence has triggered something territorial in them. This isn't in your head. This isn't arrogance or ego. This is biology. According to dominance hierarchy theory, men unconsciously rank themselves in every social environment, whether it's a meeting, a bar, or a casual group setting. And when a man with alpha presence enters the scene, the dynamic changes instantly. And the dominance doesn't mean aggression or arrogance. It doesn't mean being the loudest guy in the room. In fact, true dominance is quiet. The most respected men often speak the least, but when they do speak, everyone listens. They don't force attention, they command it with presence alone. And here's where it gets really interesting. Women notice this. Even if they don't consciously understand the hierarchy being rearranged, they feel it. When a woman sees other men treating you with deference, reacting to you with competition or respect, her brain translates that as social proof. In her subconscious, your perceived value skyrockets. Because whether we like it or not, human beings, especially in romantic dynamics, are wired to seek cues from the social environment. If men are reacting to you like you're someone who matters, a woman's attraction instinct lights up. Not because she's shallow, but because you've been vetted by the tribe. So the next time you walk into a room and notice the men acting just a little different, whether they're overly chummy, passive-aggressively competitive, or suddenly guarded, take note. You're not just in the room. You've become the gravitational center of it. Sign 6. People naturally gravitate toward you. Let's go even deeper. There's a phenomenon that happens when you develop high-value presence, and it has nothing to do with status symbols or flashy entrances. Have you ever been in a social setting, a party, a cafe, a group hangout, and people just seem to drift towards you? You didn't chase anyone. You weren't trying to network. But still, people end up sitting closer to you, making conversation, opening up. Strangers feel comfortable around you. Colleagues defer to your opinion even when you haven't said much. That's not an accident. That's magnetic energy in action. It's the result of high value presents a combination of internal stability, self-trust, and grounded expression that pulls people in without effort. A highly attractive man doesn't lurk in the shadows, hoping someone notices him. He doesn't compete for attention. Instead, he creates an atmosphere around him, a subtle field of energy that communicates, "I'm worth being around." His posture is open and relaxed, but never sloppy. His eye contact is steady, never forced. His tone is calm yet carries weight. He's the opposite of try hard, and because of that, people lean in. According to studies in nonverbal communication, we are subconsciously drawn to individuals who exhibit steady body language, controlled voice tone, and authentic expressions. These behaviors signal safety, leadership, and emotional intelligence. And women, they don't just see this, they feel it. There's something about your presence that calms them, intrigues them, pulls them closer. And once a woman associates that inner ease with you, she'll crave being near it again. Not because you said the perfect thing, not because of a pickup line, but because of how you made her feel. Sign 7. Women start trying to impress you. Now let's flip the usual script. Most men spend their lives trying to impress women, whether through looks, money, accomplishments, or charm. But a man who has tapped into true attractiveness, he flips the dynamic entirely. Instead of trying to win approval, he inspires it. And one of the clearest signs that women are attracted to you is this. They start trying to impress you. She brings up her accomplishments. She subtly hints at her standards, her ambitions, her values, things she wouldn't usually share right away. She tells you what makes her different from other women. She dresses just a little more carefully when she knows she'll see you. She laughs at your jokes even when they're not that funny. This isn't manipulation. It's not playing games. It's instinct. Biologically, women are wired to invest effort in men they see as high value. Not because they're desperate, but because they don't want to miss an opportunity. They want to stand out. That's why the whole hard-to-get routine only happens with average men. With a truly attractive Manon who exudes value through presence and grounded confidence, they lean in. They open up. They show up. They try. Not to prove themselves, but to show you why they're worthy of your attention. And when a woman begins investing in you emotionally, energetically, even subtly, she's not just flirting. She's already hooked. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Here on Stoic Edge, we break down the psychology of attraction, the essence of masculinity, and how to reclaim your personal power in a world that constantly pulls you away from it. Comment below. Which of these signs have you experienced in your own life? And which one surprised you the most? Until next time, Stay strong, stay sharp, and keep moving forward.